Hello, Jarther, and welcome to your deck review. We're looking today at Causality Finality, which is kind of a mini pun on Casualty, which Silverquill gives to all of our creatures. So, for those of you joining us on YouTube for the first time, this is a series where I, John Maldhound, known angry screamer, talk calmly about your commander deck. We're going to be taking a look at Jarther's PP today, his PP being his premise and his practicum. Your premise, I'm holding back so many dumb sex jokes. I'm so sorry. Your premise is the idea behind your deck, what you want it to do. Your practicum is the cards you picked. Do they help you do what you wanted it to do? So we'll talk for maybe 5 minutes about the idea, and then for 10 about, well, what cards did you pick? Are they helping you do that? What could you pick instead that would help you more? The idea, I'm slightly lost on what I want the deck to do. I currently have it set to value grind till I hit a big spell. See Moxfield Primer for more details, looking for bracket 3. Yeah, I mean, Silverquill is very, very good at grinding value. Currently feels very slow and weak at times. So if it feels very slow and weak, I would say part of that is going to be down to play testing a deck like this. Unfortunately, Silverquill giving instants and sorceries casualty 1, one of the very best things to do is to just spam removal, which is going to feel slow and weak anytime you're in the playtester, because it's dependent a lot on, like, well, how aggressive are my enemies being at playing creatures? Am I playing against like an enchantress player? Am I playing against somebody who I need to interact with their graveyard, but board wiping them doesn't do anything? But the idea of let me grind value with Silverquill, and then I'm assuming we have Bing, bang, boom, Tormented Hailfire. Yeah, we copy this. That'll get the job done pretty quickly. We could also, if we wanted to make this get there sooner, you can just chuck in a few more. There's Exsanguinate. There are just big spells like Breach the Multiverse. Double Breach should win most games. Mill 14, get the best 8 creatures. It's downright tough for that to not win. So one thing we can do to make it feel better is more finishers. You're going to be in bracket 3, so you're going to have tutors, but still only 2 finishers in the deck, and really only 1. Crescendo of War is like, this is a funny haha card. This is not a responsible I'm winning the game card, because if our opponents have creatures and they get more creatures than we do, we're dead. I see we have some aristocrat stuff, which is really good because we're going to be giving fodder to Silverquill. So for anybody who's lost right now, who doesn't know what the fuck I'm talking about, this is a spoiled card. Casualty 1 means when you cast an instant or sorcery, you can sack a creature with power 1 or greater. If you do, copy the spell. You can do that 1 time. So basically, every Children's Edict, every Shoot the Sheriff, every Night's Whisper is doubled if we have a 1/1 to sacrifice. So what that means is we want to get a token maker down, we want to get our commander down, and we want to have any valuable instant or sorcery in hand. So you see we have 14 body makers. I'm going to go there first. Great. Questionable. People probably won't want to give you this. It's fine, but it's a one-off. Cute, but it's a one-off. Fine, but it's expensive. Like, I really don't like we have to play this after our commander. When we play it, great. We have fodder for the rest of the game. But I would hate to play this on turn 5. Because we go like turn 4, commander. Maybe turn 3, commander. Turn 4, this. But same thing. It's like we set up commander. We set up other really threatening thing. And we're just full tapped out. Way too good of a card. Don't love it, but don't hate it. It represents a good, healthy number of spirits. Like if we, so we make, let's presume we don't have fodder. We make 2 the first time we cast it. We flash it back, and we make 4 more. So for 5 mana, get 5. Okay. Monastery Mentor, yeah, goddamn. Token Doubler. I'm not confident we need or care to do doublers, but I'll hear you out. We definitely don't have to be doing all this. I think this is getting far too cute in a world where I don't see... I'm going to sound tired. This is like my new Drana. There's been so many decks recently that want this card because they want fodder, but like... whatever thing you are trying to do here, I'm sure it is very cute. it is not better than I just get to copy one instant or sorcery on each of my turns. That's all you need to do. You copy one removal spell or one card draw spell on each of your turns, you're happy. We don't have to be angling for this like, well, I recruit the worthy and I buy it back and I sacrifice the token from the previous recruit the worthy so I get 2 1/1s, bang! Like we are at all times, if we're doing this Orzhov thing, we're looking for mana efficiency. And this is many, many things. Most of them are different adjectives that are not similes. The word in the thesaurus, synonyms. Synonyms for cute. It is not mana efficient. Sedgemoor Witch, very cute, very good. Again, extremely cute, not mana efficient. Extremely cute, not mana efficient. Sure, yeah, very fun. So I would say our fodder is actually lacking a little bit in terms of like, how confident am I? I'm going to have a 1/1 that I can get rid of the turn after I play Silverquill. Draw tutor. Great, fine. Sure. I'm not sure if I'm gonna sound like a crazy person because you're like, oh, but you want to sacrifice. The whole point of Silverquill is that we don't have to use cards like this anymore. We can Knight's Whisper for it instead, because this now says to me, well, if I want to use it with Silverquill, I have to sack 2 creatures, which sounds like nothing, but if we're going to be sacrificing something on our board every time we go for like a Swords to Plowshares angle, there can be times you draw this and it does feel quite bad. I would not be double dipping so much on it. Unless our fodder was better. If all of our fodder stuff was the like top of the line, mana efficient, 1 token every turn, then I would feel better about like, yeah, as many sacrifice spells as you can fit in the deck. Sure, pay 2 life, but this is also expensive. And again, so much of our card draw can just be like Knight's Whisper 2 mana, draw 4. What do I need this? I don't need this value engine. Grim Tutor, Keen Duelist, reasonable. I like Confidant and Duelist here. I think you could go for Augur as well, but I like those from the standpoint of like when I'm done with them, I can sacrifice them. We have Knight's Whisper. Actually, you know what? I'm going to recant that. I don't want Keen Duelist, and I don't want Parker Luck for this deck. I do not want to give other people cards. If I'm value grinding people, even if I'm going to win because I'm copying my stuff, I want to be running you out of material. I want you to be gassing out of shit, even if it's getting me a card that I can double. I don't want you to be getting a new card because maybe it's the exact right card that is going to pull you out of this. And then Village Rites, same beef. Death triggers are fine. Protection is fine. Interaction. Okay. It's good. We're hitting a non-land permanent. That's good. That's important. Great. We can free cast it. We can hit non-creatures. I don't know if I love not being able to hit creatures. Maybe this gap is covered by all the other stuff you have. This also seems a bit low for interaction. This card fucking sucks. Oh, no. No. Sure, it is interaction. It doesn't do us any good to copy, which kind of bothers me. Good card. Nope, bad card. Not a good card. People like this would be a better card if you were a bracket 4 combo deck. If you had a tight combo, great. If you for bracket 3, like either get that spell totally gone, don't fucking bounce it to hand for 1 turn. It's not going to be as good as you think. Very few spells are worth doing that for. And for you especially, you would rather, like the only time this is great is when you are stopping the final payoff spell for a board that has been set up for many, many turns. You are like the deck at the table that wants to stop all the setup. Um, Witch Enchanter, sure, it's a land. Swords, fine. Ramp. So this might actually be a commander where I would recommend not ramping in favor of having more interaction or more fodder generation. I probably wouldn't recommend more fodder generation now that I'm thinking about it, but I would recommend getting better fodder generation. Pull up MS Paint for this. My strategy would always be between turns 1 and 3, I want to secure two things. I want to secure fodder production, and I want to do some early interaction. Turn 4, I get my commander. Turn 5, I'm refilling my hand. I'm interacting all over you. And then it's basically just how soon do I get my big over the top finisher spell. So what fodder generation are we missing out on? If I go repeatable creature tokens, I want to look at mana value less than or equal to 3. Or Zob Commander. Show it to me. Not artist name. I'm so sorry. So there's Black Market Connections. There is Field of the Dead. There is Voice of Victory, which is really interesting, actually. That's kind of sick. There's Ophiomancer. There's Bitter Blossom, which we already talked about. There's Charismatic Conqueror, who I don't super believe in. There's Ocelot Pride, which is probably the right choice. There's Jadar. Monastery Mentor, which you did get. There is Skrelv's Hive. There's Anok Strike Leader. There is Luminarch Ascension, which is not going to work because we're paying a ton of life. And then we're going to successfully get worse and worse and worse. But we have, what, 7 more? 7 more permanent-based fodder engines that we could be setting up before our commander comes down. And then for your interaction section, you are sleeping on edicts crazy style. We want to be... Hold on, let me find... You need to be Shattering Souls, brother. Removal, sacrifice. Type. Oh, I don't know. Instant. Let me see if I get this right first try. Holy shit, I did it. Never mind, I fucked it up. Okay, let me go to advanced. Now, if you're playing for the 1v1, like if you're doing dual commander or something, the you don't have to edict. Having the targeted removal, I forgot to do partial matches. Having the targeted removal is going to be better, but if you're trying to build this for like a bracket 3-4 player pod, you want to be able to go like, oh wow, that's crazy. Hold on. O-tag, removal, sacrifice. So Soul Shatter, Sheoldred's Edict, Flare of Malice, Vraska's Fall, Will of the Abzan. This is a little bit expensive too. Innocent Blood even. Because you have to sack 2 for this, but then it's everybody sacrifice. Oh, you would actually need a lot of fodder for this. I worry about this one. Liliana's Triumph. Like there's a million options where you just go like, I'm not letting you stop. I'm not letting you establish anything to the board, which like depending on your play group is lame as shit, and it's also exactly what you have to do to value grind people. So I would say Parker Luck, Duelist, Village Rights, Conviction could all go pretty straight away. I think Erebos can go straight away too. I think you can dump ramp. I think there's a version of this deck that tries to ramp to Silverquill more quickly. I think that is based around a different thing than what you're doing. In my mind, that deck is based around like I have 1-drop creatures with death triggers. I have 2 mana ramp, and I'm going 1 mana fodder, 2 mana ramp, turn 3 silver quill, 4 and on, I'm bombing you, but then you have to be going for a permanent based recursion engine. So that would be no, where is it? You would get to play some very, very awful cards. There's a 5 mana white enchantment. Hold on. Mana value 5, type enchantment, color white. Release date. You came out recently. I know you did. Smile at death. There it was. I almost had it. So you would be doing more like, oh, I'm going to double spell reanimate and bring 2 of my shitters back and then double spell swords to plowshares. And I think that's the version of this deck that likes ramp. Or you could have a few of the best fodder engines as well. But I think your version, you would rather be heavy on like between turn 1 and 3. I want to have stuck a token generator and I want to have fucked up your day 1 time. Then I'm going to play my commander. And then I'm going to draw 4 cards and fuck up your day again every single turn until I exsanguinate you. I would also say in that case, some of these spots that we're opening up, oh, you had Voice of Victory. Good job. Good shot. Some of these cuts that we're making should just become lands because you want to make sure that you are hitting your land drops often enough that when you do Torment of Hailfire, it is going to be for like more than X equals 3. Because we see right now, oh, actually this is kind of perfect. We hit good fodder engine, ramp, cute thing. Now this is incredible cherry picking. I'm gonna look exceedingly like I work for the Heritage Foundation here. But if this was an edict, this was card draw, you're like, oh, I win the game. Removal spell card draw, like any other permutation. Even if this was just 2 other, like let's say all we hit was fodder engines, you would be like, oh, well, I have enough chump blockers until the heat death of the universe. And so I can see why you're having difficulties getting set up because this version of the deck, you're basically skipping 4 turns before anything real happens because you don't have the density of removal. You don't have the density of removal to slow down another player who's active early, and your mid-level threat stuff isn't juicy enough to be worth taking all that time to build up. I think another thing that could make the deck feel a little bit more fun is if you have any room after these other changes I have suggested, looking at stuff that's like type sorcery, mana value 5. Like we have no mid-range. We need our version of Shieldred. Like we have a bunch of hyper efficient draw, not hype, sorry, I shouldn't say hyper. We have a bunch of relatively efficient draw, we have some relatively efficient removal, we have some relatively efficient fodder, but a lot of our like cool guy cards are taken up by clunkier fodder cards rather than the like dope overpriced instants and sorceries you want to be able to play with this commander. There's going to be a lot of board wipes because Orzhov players do not know joy, but like no double incarnation technique. You no longer have to demonstrate this. Your deck is not super built to utilize this, but like it could get you Sephiroth out. It could get you Morbid Opportunist out. It could get you Mondrak out. Like fucking, oh, double Dark Petition? Oh, mana positive Dark Petition? Let's cook. Jesse, what the fuck are you talking about? We have to cook. Season of Lost, Season of the Burrow, also gonna go crazy. So I think that's the last piece of the puzzle, is we have to get this clean ramp up where we can interrupt people. We can make them stumble in the first couple turns of the game. We get our commander, and then I'm either hardcore tripping you, or I'm dropping these like 4 to 6 mana spells that, with copying them once, become mega value bombs. And that is how we keep the game moving up until we get to the, okay, I have Torment of Hailfire and 8 lands, and now you die. I'm going to be building a version of this deck as well, so I will certainly be using these lessons when I make my own. But I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope this helps.